Every breed of dog is so diverse from temperament to upkeep, so if you're thinking about adding a border collie to your family, we'd love to provide you with the information you need to make an educated choice about whether or not this specific dog would be a good fit for your household. Aussie, working dog? People have a tendency to conceive of a border collie as the archetypical working dog in Australia, the kind of dog that would herd sheep on a farm. However, the original birthplace of the breed is on the boundary between Scotland and England. It wasn't until 1901 that border collies were even brought to Australia. They were first brought to northern England during the droving days of the 18th century. The term Australian working dog didn't start being used to refer to this breed until the 1950s. As a trusted companion for generations of Australian farmers, the border collie breed has long been an important part of the sheep farming sector. Intelligent, nimble, active, and reliable, border collies also have an innate drive to please their masters, making them ideal candidates for the role of working dog. They're also capable of exhibiting a great deal of patience and control. Because they have so much energy, they'll need to exercise every day, and we look forward to playing activities like catch, frisbee, and maybe even going for a swim on the beach. The benefit of having an active dog is that it provides terrific exercise for the whole family. Appearance. Because border collies are of a moderate size, in addition to being athletic and muscular, which is one of the reasons why they're such fantastic working dogs, be wary of them since the almond shape of their eyes and the intensity of their look will give away their intelligence. They can try to use it as an excuse to get you to give them more treats. Border collies are available in a wide variety of colors and coat patterns, despite the common misconception that they're only black and white. Some of these colors and patterns include black and white, blue and white, chocolate and white, red and white, tricolor black and tan and white, and blue merle. Suitability. It's not enough to find a breed that is suitable for both you and your family. You also need to ensure that you're suitable for the breed. If you lead an active lifestyle, have plenty of space at your residences, such as a large backyard or farm, and are able to lavish a lot of love and attention on your pet, then a border collie might be the perfect dog for you. Their mental health has an ongoing requirement for stimulation, and the best way for them to direct their energy and intelligence is into productive endeavors. Because of their need to run, hunt, smell, dig, and jump, they're not suitable for living in an apartment. In spite of all this, border collies are simple to educate. They might be the best fit for your household if you're determined to make it a well-behaved and orderly place for your children to grow up. Health and well-being. The typical life expectancy of a border collie is between 12 and 15 years, and these dogs are often quite healthy and energetic throughout their entire lives. Although breeders have established some DNA testing for illnesses such as hip dysplasia and eye difficulties, the breed itself may be predisposed to certain inherited health problems. These conditions include eye problems. In addition, there is a possibility of developing epilepsy as well as allergies, both of which can lead to skin problems. There are a few more inherited disorders that should be on your radar, such as ceroid lipofuscinosis, trapped neutrophil syndrome, and collie eye anomaly. However, breeders are looking into screening tests to cut down on incidences of these diseases. Naturally, if you want to buy a border collie puppy, we strongly advise you to do so from a respected breeder who can provide you with a warranty on the dog's health. Grooming. Insulation and protection from the elements are provided by their natural topcoat, which has a medium texture, and their short, dense undercoat. Simply giving them a light brush once in a while to remove the dead hair is usually sufficient to keep them from becoming overly matted or snarled. Training a border collie to be with children. You will need to put in a lot of effort if you want your children to coexist peacefully with your border collie. In order for them to mature into the most well-suited companions for families that they can be, they must first get both socialization and obedience training. You will considerably reduce the likelihood of any accidents involving your children and the border collie if you implement these two methods of dog training. It truly does carry that much weight. But just because you train your border collie doesn't mean you can be reckless. Socialization training. The best piece of guidance is to get started at an early age. It's important that you socialize your Border Collie puppy with as many children as you can while he or she is still a puppy. They could be apprehensive at first, but you can bribe them by letting children offer them snacks. This will encourage them to cooperate. The period of time between weeks 3 and 12 is considered to be the sweet spot for socializing. A puppy is still brave and willing to play with all different kinds of children during this stage of their development. The Border Collie ought to comprehend the fact that children are considerate and amicable. In the event that your Border Collie becomes overly boisterous with the kids, it's imperative that you make it clear to the kids that this behavior is unacceptable. Also, if the dog tries to round up the kids, you need to intervene right away and stop him or her. Your Border Collie will have an easier time adjusting to a life with children if they're taught this from an early age. They'll have a much easier time adjusting to your household with your children if they're able to play well with a wide variety of children. Nevertheless, we would suggest exercising some caution before allowing the two to play together. The dog park is an excellent location for introducing your young Border Collie puppy to other children. They not only get the opportunity to interact and play with other dogs, but also with people of varying ages. Bring them in no less than 1 week, if at all feasible, especially when they're still puppies. Instructing your children on how to act around Border Collies. Training is necessary for children as well, just like it is for Border Collies. You heard and understand that correctly. Your children need to learn how to behave appropriately in the presence of any and all dogs. In other words, they need to be aware of the proper ways to interact with and care for the family dog. This will reduce the likelihood of accidents even further. In light of this, you shouldn't let your kids play with a Border Collie if they aren't old enough to comprehend how to behave properly around the dog and give it the respect it deserves. Dogs can suffer severe psychological effects from the rough play of youngsters. In addition, there's always the possibility that the dog will retaliate out of fear. Let's be straightforward about this as parents of small children. At times, children can be quite rowdy. Children should never make an attempt to ride a dog, tug on the dog's tail or ears, or behave in any other way that is upsetting to the animal. When it comes to your interactions with a Border Collie, we recommend that you establish some ground rules. Your Border Collie may become frightened as a result of this type of conduct, which may result in the loss of any trust that has been established between the dog and the youngsters. It also raises the chance at Border Collie biting the children, which is something that no parent wants their child to experience. The temperament of a Border Collie is not typically one of hostility. In point of fact, not very many different dog breeds are. On the other hand, they could bite out of fear rather than anger or aggressiveness. However, as long as your children show the same level of affection toward your dog as you do, the two of them will get along swimmingly. After all, Border Collies have a natural disposition towards affection. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.